There's nothing in it. It's all theater, people. Smoke and mirrors. Get angry and drop a chandelier. Today, Phantom of the Opera closes on Broadway after 35 years. They opened in January of '88, and today is the final performance. Last night was the last public performance. And oh my God, see, I still have so many people over there that I know. So I get to see all the videos and postings on Instagram and stuff. The audience after the show would not leave the theater. Would not leave, would not stop cheering, would not. The actors were out of costume, in their street clothes, bags on their shoulders, ready to leave, and all back on stage, just looking at the auditorium, filming them all screaming, more, more, one more song, one more song. The conductor, Kristen Blodgett, was in the pit. I think it was her last show, because I think there are other conductors conducting today. They had to eventually sing Happy Trails, which is something that we do in the theater when people leave a show. We sing Happy Trails to you until we meet again. Happy Trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Happy Trails to you until we meet again. That's a ritual we have because we don't say goodbye. Because there's always hopefully a next one, and there's always I'll see you at the next one, or I'll see you on the street, or you'll be part of my family forever. And they had to sing that for that audience before the audience would leave. Now, in the middle of all that, the stage hands, the chandelier, which ends the show, it has to be brought into the deck again one time because it gets plugged in to charge the lights, and then it gets brought out mid over the orchestra. So they had to do that because I'll tell you right now, audience cheering or not, sentiment or not, closing or not, the stagehands are going to fucking do their job and then fucking go home or get paid overtime. So that all happened while the audience cheered and screamed, and wow, it's just wild. So today's performance, the final performance, is an invited thing with all sorts of people. And you couldn't. In one way, I'm like, wow, I wish I was there. But in most ways, you couldn't get me far enough away from it. It's going to be 5 hours. Every entrance is going to be screaming. Every line is going to be screaming. Every song is going to be cheering. Every standing ovation, 700. I know there's something planned for intermission. I don't even know what that is. And then at the end, there's going to be 1,700 speeches. It's going to go on. Whew! And then there's an official party. I have no idea where that is. No thanks. I was there, I mean, honestly, in a 35-year run, I did 4 years, 14 years ago. And then, as any of you might remember, a year ago, January, I went back for 8 weeks and was like, ooh, I have a lot of mixed feelings and memories about Phantom. I met some wonderful people there. My dear Jen Arnold, who was gone. One of my dearest friends I met at Phantom. Kiki. I met Kiki at Phantom initially. And she's the person that was there the day watching me have a nervous breakdown after 4 years in that place going, are you okay? No, I have to go. And made a phone call that led me to my next job and got me out of Phantom. Fascinating. I did stay at that point and did day work for a long time up in the Phantom's dressing room every week. But wow. It's an astounding thing. God, I saw some incredible things happen while I was there. Let's just go over a couple of them. Things like in the manager's one scene when all the principals are downstage singing, and Ubaldo Piangi, the tenor, he was wearing his fuzzy purple bedroom slippers that he kept in his dressing room, and he forgot to put on actual shoes and just went right on stage wearing plum purple slippers, and did the whole scene wearing them while we all stood in the wings going, he's got slippers on. Speaking of Ubaldo Piangi, there's a scene at the beginning where the manager of the theater who's leaving, Lefebvre has quit, and the new managers are coming in, and it's big cheap exposition. This is her, and this is him, and this is that, and this is there. You got to set up the plot for the audience. And that character has to introduce everyone, including Ubaldo Piangi. And after doing it for 100 years, he got to him and said, and this is, couldn't remember his name. So he had been cooking that afternoon, and what part of the seasoning he was using was adobo. So instead of saying Ubaldo Piangi, he said, and this is adobo Pasquale. And for the rest of the performance, everyone had to say, come, adobo, and call him that. Okay. There's a scene later on, spoiler, if you didn't see it in 35 years, Piangi gets murdered by the Phantom. And the two managers, Andre and who the hell? I can't remember. Run across the stage. My God, Piangi's dead. The actor playing Andre, who'd been playing it for decades, ran on and said, my God," instead of saying, Piangi's dead, my God, Andre's dead. That's his character. I mean, Piangi, and then ran off the stage. Same guy, I think. At one point, they have letters from the Phantom. They have to read, like, the instructions on what the Phantom says they have to do. If you want to go in a deep dive, go back through my archives a year or so ago when a year and a half ish, when I went over the whole plot of Phantom and how absurd it all is. But anyway, they're threatened by letters and do exactly what the letters say. I should start doing that. Dear Schubert Organization, give me $1 million or I'm going to tell on you. The air conditioning at our theater is iffy, just like it was at the Majestic. Thanks, Schuberts. Anyway, he has the wrong letter in his hand. He has been doing this role forever. Without the actual words in front of him to say, he didn't know what to say. He had no idea what to say. One time, the big Carlotta bed change, which I did behind the bed, mid-stage, with 2 stagehands shoving the bed, 2 wig people, 2 dressers, and Carlotta's going to come and do a quickie and then run back out. As we're rolling the bed in the dark and the applause are happening and she's about to run out, I hear Wiggs say to Wiggs, "This isn't her wig." And I hear Wiggs say to Wiggs, "It is now." Oh my goodness, there's a million other stories. But anyway, yeah, wow, end of an era. I know there's an unofficial party happening tonight too at a bar close to my theater actually, and I'm not going. I mean, the people that I know and love from that show, I'll see on the street, and I wish them all well. And other people from that show, wow. I hope a lot of them, for their own sakes, honestly, and the sake of the industry, are going to retire. As any of you also know, when I was back there over a year ago, I got in trouble with HR for my thoughts and comments on some of the people that had been there forever. Some of the people at Phantom thought that was hilarious that I said it. Other people did not. I took that video down. Not everyone thinks it's funny, but okay. I have very mixed feelings about the way things went down for me at Phantom and the way I was treated there by some people at Phantom, but it's all water under the bridge. I am grateful I got to be part of this will never happen again experience, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I know that there's very specific, they're going to gut some of that theater, boy. They got renovations about damn time that they need to do. I know wardrobe has to go in there tomorrow wearing hard hats because they are now at an active construction site because the plan is a 9-month turnaround to strip the building and retool the building for whatever comes next. The rumor is that The Wiz is going on tour and that it's going to return to Broadway in its first revival ever at the theater where it originated, the Majestic. It's just a rumor. But I know that they wanted wardrobe to take 1 day to clear the whole dressing room tower on the one side of the stage, which is an absurd ask. So they've got 2 days to strip that whole thing while wearing hard hats. I understand there's crews day and night renovating. So let's see what happens next. Also, last I heard from wardrobe, nobody knew where the costumes were going. There is a warehouse on 8th Avenue with, I'm telling you, like a supermarket aisle of this is just Carlotta, this is just Piangi, this and this are the Phantom, of 35 years of clothes from Broadway and the tour, and probably the Vegas company too is in that warehouse. I mean, just decades of clothes. I was there when, thank God she's getting a new dress because that thing is just a rag on the stage. Oh my God, she's getting a new one, thank God. Take the old one, put it in the warehouse. 4 years later, the new one is so horrible and bad, they go back to the warehouse and take out the old one and it's better, put it back on the stage. So that happened plenty over there too. One day I will maybe do a whole story on it. But you know what? For today, it's over now. The music of the night. Help me say goodbye. Hashtag help me say goodbye. That's what people are saying right now. And happy trails to everyone that I know at Phantom. And wow, what an astounding accomplishment. All right. Bye. Happy Sunday. Bye.